this is the wrong OBS window. Hopefully that doesn't fuck it up completely.
Got a little echo in there, too.
Do we have a little echo? If everybody could please have their headphones on. I can't hear myself. Hi everybody, and welcome to the Sunken World Saga. This is a Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition live stream where we play... Well, we don't play. I'm the Dungeon Master, I'm the player. Hi, I'm Ben, I'm the Dungeon Master. There are 4 groups of 4 different players. Nope, there are 4 groups of 4 different characters. We have a total of 8 players. Each night that we play on a 4-week cycle, there is a different group. And tonight we return to the Thorns. There are our headliners for the 4-week cycle. And I'm going to have those characters be introduced now, along with the players, except for the first one. Logan Back, who plays Soren, cannot be with us. Soren is a cleric, a half-elf cleric. Soren Eriksson, the youngest of the Eriksson trio. As Logan says, I'm baby. I'm baby.
Has he ever said that?
He has said that almost every time.
Okay.
After Soren, we have Sybil.
Hi, I'm Emmy, and I play Sybil, the half-elf bard, and the middleest child.
After Sybil, we have Sebastian.
I'm Brian. I play Sebastian. I'm a rogue, and I'm charming.
And leaving the Ericssons, we have Stevia.
I'm Zach Harmon. I play Stevia, no relation, but I like him a lot.
That's right. Dumb and Dumber. Let me ask you a question. Stevia, what's the level of baby?
Wait, what do you mean?
Like what's Soren has I can't go to technical difficulties to fix the screen capture, so everybody's just gonna watch me fix the screen capture. Isn't that a lot of fun?
I think it's fun.
Isn't it fun, Brian?
It is.
Are you sure you're not supposed to be doing window capture?
Everything fell apart like right after you left, both in my life and in the stream. I'm very excited for you to come back so that someone can sit on the couch with the dogs so that I can look at this in earnest. Hey, it was live stream, baby. You get people fixing tech issues very poorly on the fly.
How we do it.
What'd you say?
So this is how we do it.
This is how we do it. It's Friday night. It's not. It's Monday night. It's the opposite. Garfield is very angry today. So like I was saying, this is a Dungeons & Dragons live stream where Brian and I talk about every sketch of Auntie Donna's Big Ol' House of Fun in great detail. As we were doing before the call. Yeah, please watch it. I've said before that we won't plug things, but we will plug them because I like them. All right, so does anybody want to give the summary of what most recently happened? Does anybody feel confident in giving it?
We fought an Elon Musk-esque villain. Slaughtered him, actually. We killed him. Because he was destroying a forest, and Sybil had promised a giant goat spirit that she would protect the forest and kill whoever was responsible. And now the group is also planning on building more of a not-so-capitalist, shitty society.
That's right.
That's all I can remember. It's been 4 weeks.
It has been 4 weeks. That's the real problem with the 4-week schedule.
Kind of become environmental terrorists a little bit, I think.
We always have been.
Yeah, that's true, but we've really grown into those roots.
This is the wrong map. Brian.
I'm sorry. That was a antagonistic laugh. I'm sorry.
No. You're fine. You're fine. I'm very worried that in my haste to delete another map when you all got rid of any possibility of it ever showing up again, I might have deleted the map of where you were fighting.
Oh. Well, we're outside now.
Oh wait, hold on. I found it.
Okay, good.
And you've just broken his planetarium viewing device thing.
Mhm.
And you're all standing around, and Soren says, I'm going to be a little quiet. I have much to think about.
Yeah, man, you take some time. That's okay.
Hey, Soren, what's the top 5 things that we need to work on as brothers? Oh,
Well,
oh, never mind. You left.
Let me list
you're
them.
Here. Okay.
And he just gives you the middle finger.
Oh,
That's right. Your Goliath friend, Haigda, she is sort of disappointed that she doesn't have a chance to fix her eyes, which she thought she would be able to do with the planetarium device.
No, whoops.
But now she stands with all of you.
can I fix it? Let me try to fix it.
Okay, make an investigation check.
Okay, cool. 20.
Pretty good. You looking at what was broken, you see that there's actually a lot of like copper wire inlaid in the glass. And Stevia, it was so like rigid, and you actually notice when you're sort of picking it over that it's actually kind of cold to the touch. That Stevia just bashed through a lot of it. And so to fix it, you would have to take a lot of time to repair this wiring or like make new copper wire to replace it.
Well, the Sebastian that partakes thinks he might need to take this copper wire to sell. What else is in the machine? Is there like a steering wheel? What's going on inside there?
So basically, there is like a there's like a leather old timey barber's chair, like where it's sort of leaned back. There aren't like armrests, but there is like a whole system to hold up your legs, complete with a little plank that you rest your feet on so that they don't dangle. And then next to it, there are these two sort of stone boxes, and there are a pair of metal levers in them that you see can go not just forward and back or left and right, but they have like a full circle of motion that they can be moved in.
Okay. And with the wiring broken, it doesn't feel like I can turn anything on. Nothing is activating. If I touch around,
You could sit inside of it and try to make it work. Okay. How much does Sebastian weigh?
not much. Probably like 130.
Okay.
I don't think I don't think I've ever thought of that, but he's a slim picking.
I think we decided he was a twunk, so most of it's probably muscle.
Yeah, it's all like you remember that Keanu Reeves football movie where the guy is the wiry guy.
Yeah,
he always calls himself wiry.
The football scab movie. Yeah.
Yeah, the football scab movie.
The anti-labor football movie.
I brought that up in the wrong room.
That's goddamn right. You're lucky Aaron's not here.
Yeah, I'm that soccer player guy.
The kicker, yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
I gotcha. That's a pretty good pull for Sebastian. All right. Yeah, I think you are heavier than Lord Sendamar.
Yeah.
Your weight sort of, you hear something click as the chair just goes slightly lower once you've sat in it.
So it like puts you in the position that you should be in.
Yes.
Gotcha.
And you are sitting in the chair.
Is there any knobs?
There are those 2 knobs. Well, there's 2 levers. There's no knobs.
And if I push the levers, what happens? Nothing, right?
Do you push the levers?
Oh, what are they marked? Does one say no and one say yes?
Nay, neither of them say anything. You feel like you get a sense with that 20 investigation check. This was made to be used by him and maybe some people he explained it to down the line.
Yeah, okay. Sorry I can't fix your eyes.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. In the heat of battle, sometimes just make some snap decisions, and that's kind of on me. I'm sorry.
Stevia's patron is Fred Durst. Stevia's got to break stuff.
All right.
Just give me something to break. Whenever I'm in that kind of mood,
All right.
you just gotta give me something to break.
All right, break stuff. All right.
Better is like a chainsaw.
I'd rather not break your fucking face tonight.
Well, I don't want to have my face broken. I will be looking to see if there are any more guards. And she walks away. The 4 of you, but Soren being very quiet, are in the solar.
Yeah, I don't think I'm equipped to figure this thing out.
I definitely am not.
But I don't think it would have done anything. I think you were right to break it.
Well, we'll
Sibyl's
never
gonna
know.
step inside of it and sit on the chair.
Okay. How much does Sybil weigh?
Sybil weighs only like 95 pounds, I'd say.
Okay. Sybil sits in it, and you hear the chair just slightly click. Just barely.
Okay.
The chair has clicked. You are
Great.
slightly lower.
And they're the handles, right?
There are the 2 levers, yes.
Okay, so we're gonna grab onto the levers and move them, sort of like how you see in every monster mech movie or mech show, where they do one back and one right, for like the right forward and the left back.
Yeah, and as you move them, you all notice the light return to this large, this thing that's kind of like a hut, but made of glass, with a flower on top. And you notice that light return in the middle of it, and it begins to spin inside of it, but it isn't, like, moving at a constant speed. It seems to be kind of going and then kind of almost stopping and almost reversing at times, like different parts of the light, because this is a tall cylinder that it's trapped inside of, are like kind of look like they're going backwards. It's almost flickering at different moments, and there is a noise like a projector being started, and that just keeps going, like. Does anybody look at any parts of the room?
Yeah, I'll look at parts of the room.
Can you tell me
Who's
which
gonna
parts
look
of the room?
around?
I'll start looking over here. Do you mean like going to parts of the room, or
I've mentioned it before. I don't know if it's to your group, but there's a old bad. I mean, it's not even bad. There's an old thing that people always include when they're talking about like heists and stuff.
Mm.
There's a place where people never look.
People never look up. Stevie would not be looking up, unfortunately. She would be probably over here close to this thing, watching the lights.
You know what? I think Sebastian has an eye for looking towards his birds sometimes. He'll look up. Even if there's a ceiling above him, he'll be like, I wonder where my birds are.
Yeah, and when you look up, you see what looks like a broken kaleidoscope. Just a streak of red and green colors, sort of locking and breaking, but you can tell that it's an incomplete pattern. You notice there's a little bit of purple in there too.
And this isn't activated at all, right?
That one's just dormant.
Okay.
What's the structure of these things? Is it like kind of like a cage, like a lantern, like a reinforced with metal or anything, or
Doesn't seem
just
to be.
glass?
No, it's like
Just
a
pure glass? A tube?
it's like a cylinder, but it flares out in the middle. Like it's it looks kind of like a snake that's eaten something. Where in
So
the
if I were
middle-
to just like whack it with my hand like one would a television from the 80s, it would or would not withstand that blow.
And if it was Stevia trying to be polite, it would not break. If it was Stevia just going, let's see how hard I can hit this thing, it might
Yeah,
break.
I give it a little experimental tap just to kind of bop at it.
Okay, you don't take any damage, but you do feel a shock
Okay.
when you do it. Kind of like a lot of static being. If Soren just found some carpet and rolled along it in his socks and then touched you. Well, maybe not Soren, because then it would have extra damage. Maybe Sebastian.
Yeah, I love carpets.
And you do notice that a lot of the light comes and like streaks at your hand. And it's not the most pleasant light you've ever seen. And you're not sure why. Maybe Stevia would have a idea of it. But you just... It seems almost like the light is fighting to be the light that is against the glass that is opposite your hand. Like, once some light touches you, you see more of the light as it spins come in and, like, sort of shove that light out of place so that the light can stretch itself and have 5 fingers up against the glass as a mirror of your own.
So it's kind of like one of those things from like Spencer Gifts, those balls that you touch.
It is kind of doing that.
Okay. I'll pull out batter and just kind of get it close to the glass. Not, I don't want to touch it, but see if that draws any energy from it.
When you hold up Batterer, the light is sort of remaining as a hand as you remove your own hand. But then when you bring up Batterer and touch the glass, all of the light actually shifts. And while the light continues to spin, you do notice that the light that is at the sort of height of where you're holding Batterer, it is like bending away from Batterer.
Okay. Well, I mean, we could play around with this. I think if it goes haywire, I got something that'll shut it down. So, I mean, I don't know how much and how invested you guys are in figuring this machine out. But
I'm going to try something. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Which way am I facing?
You are facing, like, you are seated so that your back is to this wall. And if you were to look forward, you would be looking that way.
Okay. I pulled something that way, and I pulled the left one back. I'm gonna pull the right one back.
Okay. The right one back, you said?
Yeah.
Okay. The light begins to spin in the other direction. It is acting much the same. The colors that dance along the ceiling are in the same shape, but it is they're the same colors, but a different shape.
Okay. Are both of them going, or is just one of them going?
Only the one Sebastian and Stevia are in front of is going. The one
And
to
would you
your
consider that-
left, the screen right, that one is not going.
Okay. The one to my left, screen right, is the one I was thinking of. So I'm going to move that one the opposite direction in which I had it, which I don't exactly remember.
You had the left one back, so you're putting the left one forward.
Yeah.
Nothing happens.
I'm gonna put it in the middle.
Nothing happens.
I'm gonna keep trying to. I'm gonna like go back and forth in all different positions, trying to like see if anything will get it to start.
Doesn't seem like it. You do okay. I'll say at one point, as you are just moving it as fast as you can, you hear a second version of the noise that doesn't make any sense to your characters, but to the observer is like an old-timey projector going, and it just like crashes into your eardrums and doesn't seem to be fixing itself. And it doesn't seem to be like, oh, this is proper.
Does where the wire's broken make sense to me? Like, what would connect to what?
Not really.
No.
It does seem like they kind of weave between each other.
Okay.
And you notice that it is like embedded in glass. Like the glass that Stevia broke is like really, really thick.
Yeah.
And it seems like the copper wire is so thin and the glass has such a sort of thickness to it, and it has a sort of, it's like a blue bottle of something is sort of the color of the glass. It is very difficult to notice the copper because the copper is incredibly fine.
Got it.
And so it would be really hard. You could do it because of your 20 investigation. But it would take you probably the better part of 3 weeks.
Oh,
My God.
I don't even know if I'll be here with this family anymore in 3 weeks. I might be in Paris.
Is there any sort of like core or power source that's obvious on this thing, or something that we can remove and take back with us?
Not from what you can see. So there is the big orb. There are these two big old pipes that go into the ground.
Is this one still going? The electricity?
Yeah.
Let's do something. Okay, I'm gonna make my Raven like disappear into its pocket dimension, and then I'm gonna pop it out inside of it.
Okay. Interesting. I didn't really consider that. All right, I'm going to take a little bit of time
Yeah.
to think about that.
It says within 30 feet. Now, if it's a
Yeah.
different plane of existence or anything like that, then of course that wouldn't work.
Well, but it isn't. But it is. You notice, just like the flickering of the light, your familiar is flickering in and out. And your connection to it is as well. And there's a sense of your familiar being not devoured, but just unmade, destroyed. And then your familiar is gone.
Well, that was sad. Should probably not go in there. Oh.
Are we... What floor are we on? Are we on the bottom floor?
Second floor.
On the second floor? Have we been in the room directly underneath us?
Yes.
Okay. I just didn't know if these cables went down to something down there. Maybe that was powering it or something. Well, Stevie wouldn't have any further ideas on this. She's stumped.
Yeah, I think I am as well. What do you think, Sybil? Oh, you don't like my family line? Is that a joke? I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry. I was muted. Sybil's going to reach and like try to turn this one off. I think it was in the middle.
Yeah, you turn off the other light.
Does his familiar come back?
You feel you're familiar again, Sebastian, but
Really?
it doesn't pop back up. Yeah.
And if I try to make it go into the pocket dimension and reappear near me, does it come back?
It does.
Oh,
Seems different.
seems different.
Yeah. It's a falcon, right?
No, this is a raven. This is my find familiar spell.
Right.
Familiar.
My bad.
Yeah.
My bad.
No worries. I just don't want to kill my living thing.
No. I was hoping that it was a raven, but I knew that one of our wizards has a crow familiar,
Okay.
and I was just gonna try to make sure that I did not make a mistake. Your familiar looks different. On his wings, some of the bottom feathers, the feathers that stick out and have the shape of feathers, you see are just lightly tinted green, red, and purple.
Wow.
And his feet seem to change color as the just ambient light changes.
I have a psychedelic raven. I have a rave raven.
That's so Raven.
It is so raven. Weird. I'm gonna communicate with it. I'm just gonna be like, hey, how's it going? You doing all right? I'll use my psychic link to communicate that to it.
I don't think it can tell you words. I think it can just tell you feelings.
Yeah, that's right.
And
What's cough
basically,
feel like?
it does not remember anything from after you popped it into its pocket dimension the first time.
Oh, interesting.
It's basically giving you, why did you put me in my pocket dimension and then pull me right back out right next to you?
I do weird stuff. You know that.
That's right. Caw!
The feeling was just damn straight.
Damn straight.
Sybil's gonna sit up in the chair and be like, "Is your familiar back?"
It's back.
Okay.
Look. It looks cooler now. It got tips.
Sebastian, I think something else happened to that thing.
You think I should color my hair? I think I'd look good with it, right?
I mean, you definitely look good at blonde.
Yeah,
This
blonde.
Sybil's gonna step out of the chair completely this time. I think Stevia did the right thing in breaking it.
Really?
You just run over. What?
Because I've been feeling kind of bad about it ever since it happened.
No, I think you did do.
No, I think it may be some link to he wants to get to a new world, or he wants to make our world better, so it might be some link to another dimension or something.
Yeah. It is definitely weird. That, my brain says I want to find out more about it, but my heart says it's a lot of thinking. That's what my heart says.
I think we need to section this area off, and maybe when we get back home, we tell them about it.
Yeah, maybe they can send someone out to check it out.
Somebody who's better at this stuff than us.
I mean, I imagine somebody in town's going to try to take over this place the moment we leave.
Pretty
We
quick.
have a giant, very strong Goliath woman on our side, other than Stevia, who can probably keep this area safe until they see somebody with markings on their face.
That's true.
Because if we say that they have 3 markings like we all do have on our face, but in maybe a different pattern, or maybe a few more, we could even give her a code word.
Yeah, I mean, maybe she could kind of take over as the constable or sheriff or something.
I'm not thinking that. I'm thinking just her protect this area.
Protect this room here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did we meet anyone trustworthy in town that would be someone that can like bring into this position? Because we also,
Well,
this town is going to do what it does.
your friends, the cobbler and the axe maker.
Ah, the cobbler and the axe maker.
Just two upstanding business folk.
Who was the dude that we met outside by the tree?
Who knows what that fellow's up to?
Who's the guy that brought us into here?
Who knows what that fellow's up to? Let me find his name.
Okay, sorry.
No, it's all right. I mean, I know exactly what that fellow's up to because it's something you're about to deal with. But
Oh, okay.
We murdered a bunch of guards as well.
not him though. He's fine. He's doing all right.
Do you think we murdered enough guards? Should we murder more so they don't take over in some sort of military coup?
Yeah.
Herngren is doing all right.
They're guards for hire, though, right? Not actual military
I
guards.
guess that's true if no one's paying for them.
Herngren was the name of the fellow who brought Sybil in.
Mm-hmm.
After approving the man who chopped 1,000 trees down with his golden axe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm not saying that.
Oh, that was the same guy. I'm sorry. I just asked you. I got it now. Yeah, I mean, we could.
And I mean, if we could have helped this little area, this little logging area. They've definitely done enough damage to the forest that they can use all the lumber they took down to start commerce and even make a bit more of a town.
Sure.
Set up a mayor system. Maybe a council.
We should get rid of this body.
Yeah, his body's just there. Just with you.
Where can we hide a body?
Try to shove it in one of these tubes.
Yeah, we could put it on a tube.
I have an idea.
Cut him up.
No. That's so gross. Oh my god.
Is anyone around here even really going to care? That's the thing.
Meet the man who chopped up a body with his golden axe.
I think it's night out right now, right?
It's nighttime, baby.
It's nighttime on the
Out
internet.
man.
right now.
I'll just scoop him up. I can easily
We need
carry him out.
let's get out to where some of the area that was logged was. I've got an idea.
Of course Stevia can carry him. He's between Sebastian and Sybil's weight.
Let's
He
put
only
him
weighs
in.
110 pounds.
Wait, what if we put his body in the chair?
You put his body in the chair, and it clicks down real pleasantly.
Oh man, I feel like an ignorant person now.
No, I mean, you shouldn't, because that's not a solution to anything.
Oh, okay.
He sits in it limply, like Weekend at Bernie's Bernie.
This
Yeah.
is an annoying question, but how wounded does he look? Did we kill him with like a lot of electricity stuff, or did he?
The last success, after some amount of bludgeoning and electricity and crossbow bolts, the murder of him was done by Sybil stabbing him through the chest.
Okay, so a lot of wounds.
I mean, a
I was gonna
fair
say,
amount of wounds, but
We could make it look like he
Hit-
got electrocuted in this machine.
his big
Murder is
fancy
strong.
cloak is next to him.
How big is it?
I mean, it was big enough to. It's kind of like a monastic robe, but a little tighter and fancier. Like it had like a nice red and black pattern.
Didn't we also kill weren't there a bunch of guard bodies downstairs?
Yeah, and outside.
Yeah. I don't.
Yeah, we're not getting out of here like We're gonna know who did it. Like,
No,
we're
I
not gonna
no,
be
I know. But if we get rid of his body, I can pretend to be him, and just be like, everything's fine. I hired them to get rid of all you rubbish guards, you idiots.
I was
You know,
thinking,
classic Sebastian.
okay, here's my thought.
Uh-huh.
This is a big, scary room. He was kind of a big, scary, menacing figure. Not physically, more like in name, you know?
Mm-hmm.
What if this machine drove him crazy?
Mm-hmm.
So he killed the guy. That's a bad idea. They all died various different deaths. Oh my gosh.
You talking
Yeah,
about
I
a
think
whisper campaign? Are we
I
going to do a
smashed
whisper campaign?
smashed a few of them's head like melons and stuff. Like,
Or I have an idea. If we go out, if you and Soren, and then Sebastian and I together, and maybe the Goliath woman could also carry a body. Stevia, you can honestly probably carry two, and the Goliath woman as well. If we carry all the bodies out to where where the yard, the old forest is, I could. It would take several and like give them shallow graves, but I could cast a spell to help start the regrowth of that forest.
Okay.
wait, what? What if we just run away? What if we just run back to the goat spirit? It's nighttime. We could probably just get out of here and slip away under cover of darkness, right? Get a head start. We've got our spirit aspects. Some of them to travel on. Make good.
But then they will
good distance.
completely blame the Goliath woman we want to keep here to protect this area. He's a rich man. They're going to go looting through this area. Who knows if one of them comes into here and finds this stuff, what they might do.
I don't know what could. Seems most likely they'd probably just tear it apart and take what's valuable from it. Really, just finishing the job that we started.
Okay, so far it looks like we have two plans. We could try to hide all the bodies and keep the Goliath woman to guard this area, say that he ran out of town. And maybe he killed the guard. I don't know. He ran out of town. The guards also left because they're the person who was paying them, and maybe we also ransacked the place just so it looks like maybe they stole stuff before they left. Or we completely leave.
My experience in life on the road, it's usually better to just hightail it. But whatever you guys want to do. I mean, we're probably the most powerful people in this town right now, so there's not much they could do against us, really.
Sebastian?
I don't know. I mean, if we just leave, my instinct is not to leave her. It's to just destroy everything in here as much as we can so that it can't be rebuilt. I don't think, because she was in barracks yesterday, like they're not going to trust her to stay here.
Yeah, I mean, she could come with us for as long as she wants, Maybe she'd find a place in the Thorns.
We could bring her in. I think
like badass Goliath woman role is pretty well filled, but I guess there's always room to grow.
she wouldn't be replacing you.
Wow. She also may want to go home.
Yeah.
That's true.
I think. Do we even want to know what this stuff does?
I mean, I do want to know, but I don't want to leave it for somebody else to, because it does feel like I just have a sense that he's not the only one who knew what was going on here. You know what I mean?
I checked outside.
What's up out there?
The remaining guards.
There's They're just waiting for us out in the hallway?
No. In front of the mansion.
Uh-huh.
The people of the town all stand behind them. And she indicates at the dead body. His, prized servant is in front of them.
Herbiger?
I believe his name is Herngrin.
Yeah. Yeah, the dog's right. That's what I said.
Stevia?
Is there a back door?
Chimney?
We have to destroy all this stuff first.
I mean, I can do that. That's
Montage.
not a problem.
Here I am.
Do you want this
sure.
destroyed?
That's
Yep.
that's what we're doing here. We're just tearing the place apart.
Yep.
All
I
right.
think so.
Well, let's do it. Let's step forward and pull out batter and start just thrashing it through this whole apparatus.
Okay. Yeah, you
Over
start
here.
tearing it apart, and you find in both of the copper tubes, or not the copper tubes, the like lead pipes. You see that in the bottom of them there is actually it does not actually keep going anywhere. You find that there is actually a small bulb sort of deal, like where the copper goes or the lead goes down straight, and then all of a sudden there is like an upside down light bulb that's just like shape of the lead, and then there is a grate of iron. On top of that iron, there is in both of them a massive green rock. You see that beneath it there is more of this copper wiring that you found up here, and it is in really good condition actually, and those big green rocks are also they don't seem like they've been damaged by what you've been doing.
Massive meaning how large?
They're like football sized.
So I could grab them.
Yeah, you could grab them.
Yeah, I'll scoop them up.
For our international audience, they're like regulation rugby ball size. I mean there is a percentage chance based on some of the outreach that I've done, and also my social circle, that someone from overseas might watch this. So fair to say. We've traveled many meters in this adventure. Haigda has started to just beat the shit out of this thing, and she hasn't broken through quite yet.
I want to start pulling the copper out.
Once I grab the two green stones, I'm just gonna pull out my shield and kind of hide behind it, and just charge straight through this one at full speed.
Okay. When you do, you break through it, I think. You're a fighter. I don't think you need to roll. I think you're very, very strong and very, very capable. You charge through it. When you step through what is about here, you are overtaken with a vile sensation. And you actually feel as if something is reaching through you and trying
Even
to
with the
grab
rocks
you
out?
by the heart.
Damn.
And then your heart beats, for you have the heart of a lion. And you come out the other side, and you are unharmed. Haigda's just beating the shit out of this thing.
Well,
all of this glass does fall down. Sybil, make a dexterity check. Or dexterity saving throw. Alright, you will take 7 points of piercing damage as as glass comes up and just kind of shreds at your face and your arms.
Oh man, I'm sorry, Sybil. I probably should have warned you before I went charging through that.
It's fine. I was gonna cast a spell anyway.
Good old magic.
Bang, bash, 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 and break.
Okay.
And Haigda breaks through this thing with an axe. Soren goes, ah, as Stevia steps into him.
Sorry. Should we bust up more than this? You guys want to set some fires or something? I don't know. Let's burn the whole house down.
Um,
Be a good distraction while we run away. If we
Yeah.
choose to do that.
You are running.
we have to.
How many guards did you say it was?
Do you have to? There were 4 guards.
No.
And Herbderg?
And Herngren, and the people of the town behind them.
Yeah, I mean, we could kill 4 guards and that guy.
Yeah, I guess the people of the town aren't necessarily on their side.
Did they look like they were on their side?
They looked like they were frightened.
Do they have any pitchforks or torches?
No, a few of them
Okay.
had axes, but I think that was
a good
because
sign.
they were visiting their family. You may do as you wish, but
Well, yeah, we could take 4 guards and
I did not think that Sven would raise children that would run.
hey, we just thought there was more people, and we were trying to be strategic and smart about this, alright? Knowing that there's 4 now, I think we could probably take them.
You feel
Also-
as if Haigda's personality precludes her from saying, it is good to run sometimes in this world of Dungeons and Dragons, but then I don't want to discourage you from doing that, ever.
Haida, it's all about perspective. From one direction, it looks like you're running away, but from the other direction, it looks like you're running towards something.
Certainly, but I will not run.
I just think that's an important distinction for Sebastian to make here.
Yeah.
Certainly.
It's super important for me.
But yeah, I mean, you guys just want to go kick some guard butt? Maybe we can get the townspeople on our side?
I will not tell you what to do. If you wish to retreat, do so.
What are you going to do?
I will fight if they fight me. And I will die if they kill me, and I will live if they don't. She kind of smiles.
That's heavy, man. I'm in, I guess. Sybil?
Fine. Let's kill him.
Yeah. Soren, you wait here. This is for adults.
Soren says, fuck you, I'm coming with.
Ah, fuck.
And you all make your way slowly through the mansion. Before coming out.
Kind of nudge Sybil. Let's say, hey, you might be able to rally the townspeople with a speech. I know that song went over pretty well. They seem to like you.
So, what you do see as you walk out, and Sybil does say that to, or Stevia does
Yep.
say that to Sybil, you see Herngren standing with one arm in the air. Behind him, there are a pair of crossbowmen standing, their crossbows pointed forward, and then kneeling down in front of those crossbowmen on either side of Herngren, there are another pair of them with their crossbows aimed at you. Behind them, you see the people of this logging community, some of them lumberjacks visiting the town, some of them people who have the other roles.
Is the cobbler here?
The cobbler is here.
What about these 2 guys?
Oh, they are dead.
Okay, cool.
You killed them. Let me give them skull and crossbones. But you all walk out, and that's what you see. Stevia whispers that to you, Sybil.
Mm-hmm.
Here I see the murderers of our Lord. Murderers, thieves, tricksters. I give you this opportunity to confess your crimes. Be taken to the Shah. to show that this settlement is one that will follow his law.
Hey. Admit you did it. I cast suggestion.
Okay. What is it? A wisdom saving throw?
Yeah.
All right. He got a 17. Does that pass?
Fuck. That passes.
I did no such thing. Does this mean you have nothing to say for yourself?
Sybil's gonna step up.
He kind of
Who
raises
here
his-
actually cared about the Lord?
The crossbowman and Herngren look at each other amongst themselves.
I'm not talking to you. I'm talking about the people he employed.
You see the townspeople nervously shift in place.
That,
Exactly. Go ahead, Stevie.
Oh, sorry. That intimidation roll is just me, like, making myself as big and scary looking as possible.
Gotcha.
You are being paid unfair wages where you could barely afford food. You are being forced to destroy a forest, a homeland of many creatures. But he's dead now. You could start better. He was a creepy fucker. Sopal's gonna look back to Stevia and Sebastian.
And he
Like,
maybe wanted to destroy this whole world. He had some crazy machine up there that we got rid of for you. To save this town, to save this area. You know, who knows?
And he had a room of gelatinous cubes. Who does that?
Yeah, who do you have to know to even get one?
Yeah. How do you
Okay.
transport them in?
What kind of man is that?
And what do you do in that room?
It's
Gross.
just to eat people. It's just a trap for people. What kind of person does that?
Yeah.
But if you really want to kill us and have these men, just stay silent. Or you could cheer and then we'll murder them.
Yeah, you have the tools. He's provided you with the tools, and now they're there for you to take them. You could do this on your own. You can live together as a village instead of being ruled by a despot.
All right. I'm gonna say Sybil, make a persuasion check with advantage from Stevia's intimidation and Stevia's last words there.
Close to a natural. With 27.
Wow. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
And you watch as the cobbler comes forward.
Hell yeah, he's my favorite one because he's got a hammer.
And he pulls out that very hammer. And he lunges at Herngren.
Whoa!
Takes him to the ground. And the crossbowmen turn, and one of them starts to pull him up. In the frenzy, you watch as the people rush in. And not all of them directly participate, but they are involved, and you see.
Yeah, I'll join in the fray.
All right, just make one attack roll.
I mean, we trying to kill these guys, or are we trying to just beat them up and send them on their way?
I think truly whatever they want, it's their town. They get to decide the law. The
Okay.
punishment.
Well, I'll just hit them with my fist then.
Okay.
No number attack though. 23.
23. Yeah, you really you like knock one of the crossbowmen out, before he can stab the axe maker. And these people are all subdued. Herngren is the only one left unbound, tied up on the ground. He's the only one who is not gagged. The rest of them have had their mouths shut. And he looks around and he says, "It will be chaos!"
I'm gonna go up and you said he's on the ground. He's prone.
He is, yeah.
So I'm gonna shoot him in the head. But before I shoot him in the head, I'm gonna say, "You put my sister in danger, and I'm going to fucking kill you." And then I do that. I'm gonna do it with sharpshooter.
Okay, you have advantage.
Okay. Let me see how to do that. Hold on. 20.
20 hits.
And so 20 plus 12.
Very flanked, so yeah, sneak attack.
So 32 damage.
You have killed him. He falls back onto the ground. And he is dead.
Now I'm going to walk away.
Alright. And the cobbler steps up. And he kind of looks around. And a woman walks to his side and whispers something to him. And he nods, and she walks off and starts talking to some of the other people. And then he says, "I am going to go and speak to the loggers. Now, those that remain. Fergus, will you come with me? We'll tell them what happened, and hopefully they'll see it how we did. And I don't know. Maybe we'll take... I used to be... my parents were farmers. We can turn this into farmland."
Yeah.
Oh, he's not talking to you. He's talking to everybody else.
Yeah, I walked away. Fuck you, cobbler.
That's a great idea.
And I don't know. We have weapons now. Enough to defend ourselves if he has any friends. We can... I can't write, but my wife can. And you see the woman who is going around between people kind of shoot him a look. We can get a letter to the Shah.
Maybe our friend here could give you guys some tips on fighting, just in case anyone tries to disrupt what you built here.
I don't want to stay here long, but sure. I can stay for a few days. And
Or if you want to travel with us for a bit, that's fine too.
Oh, I need to stay here. This is where my wife lives.
Oh, I was talking to the Goliath. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay, I understand. And he turns back to the townspeople. But we'll decide what to do together. You all should talk while Fergus and I go and speak to the loggers. That way we can come back with them and they can think what they think, and you can have your thoughts on the matter as well. I don't speak much outside of dealing, which I talk a lot in. I think I remember him talking a lot. I don't think he was this level-headed when he was just a fun, silly merchant character.
Well, now he has responsibility thrust upon him. He's stepping up to the plate.
He might have some treasure back in there. If you guys, I might fund you for a little bit.
Also, the gelatinous cube is gone.
There's a gelatinous
welcome.
cube, says the axe maker. And let's go ahead and take our break there. 5-minute break?
Okay.
Okay, we'll be back in 5 minutes. I have to go to the bathroom. Did you like my Sebastian in Paris joke, Brian?
He's already gone.
Sorry, you said my name?
Did you like my Sebastian in Paris joke?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, good.
I really did.
Alright, so during the break, the reason why Fire Emblem's Fates games for the Nintendo 3DS are probably the best Fire Emblem's games is mostly due to the challenge, particularly of Fire Emblem's Fates Conquests. Because honestly, in Fire Emblem, characters don't matter at all. Story is completely irrelevant. Who cares? The only thing these characters are little boxes of numbers for you to strategize and pump your all of your thoughts into making these little boxes of numbers the best things that they could possibly be. And that's the best part about Fire Emblem. You don't need anything else about it. Which is why the Fates series of games for the 3DS are the best, because they provide
you bastard.
the most challenge. And that's all that matters in Fire Emblem is the matches you play. All the in-between shit.
I
all the
love my
conversations,
characters to be just
all the
exclamation
stories,
points. I love it
all
when
the-
my characters are just...
are completely irrelevant. Who cares?
I'm one word that
I'm
we
not
did
13
a
years
word
old
cloud
anymore.
of the most common words in harem anime, and then just took each individual word, gave it 7 exclamation points, and that's a character.
Yeah, it's fine. I don't care. I read all that shit. Like I do pay attention, but I don't learn anybody's names. I don't care. They're all numbers for me to move around on a game board and annihilate other soldiers.
Not me, man. Not me.
Which is why Conquest is my favorite because it's the hardest and it was the most fun for me to figure out how to do.
Give me Gatry. Give me Boyd. Give me Joshua. Give me Natasha. Give me Cormac.
I don't know who any of those people are, and I've played every Fire Emblem game except for maybe one for the NES.
Give me fucking Celica. Give me...
I'm on my third playthrough of Three Houses, and I'm just now learning like some of the main people's names. Like
I mean, Three Houses feels it is much better than more of the more recent entries. I really liked Echoes a lot because it was basically them taking a game with no dialogue and saying, well, these characters are really pragmatic, so let's just make them like, they're like real people who just like,
Yeah.
Not all of them are extremely interesting, but they are all like, I'm very afraid of dying, and I enjoyed that quite a bit. And then Three Houses feels like it's the newest entry that I feel like seems like it's of a piece with the other American entries. And even still, I do think that something has been lost because of the fact that the thing that saved the series basically was supports where everybody could support with everybody.
Yeah.
I don't know. I liked the writing a lot when I was getting into it. Part of what made me like it so much was the fact that it was like, oh cool, this is like a game that I enjoy the gameplay, and then I can read a fun little fantasy story and enjoy it.
Yeah, by the time I started like playing the back catalogs and stuff was after Melee came out, because that's when I really heard about it, and then I just started emulating them, and then got the Game Boy Advance ones. But I was already kind of on my like anti-anime phase. Like I went through a big anime phase,
Which is
and
why
then I
it's
went through
weird to me that
a
you
big phase
like.
after that, where I was like, nah, fuck anime, it's stupid. I was
It's
stupid for liking it.
it's weird to me that you prefer the 3DS ones because they're way more anime.
Oh, for sure, that's true. I just like the gameplay of them. Like
I do
I
think, I
know
mean, like, Awakening is the, I think, easiest one to just play again.
they're the most satisfying to me because there's the most long-term payoff for what you're doing. Because you can like, I mean, the eugenics aspect of it is pretty problematic, I guess, but it becomes a pretty fun gameplay mechanic to plan let shit out to like min max your characters at the end of the game.
Right. You heard it here first, folks. Zach Carmen, real big fan of eugenics.
Only as a game mechanic, all right?
A game mechanic. Huh, that's weird. That's how capitalists used to talk about the market.
Hey, they still do talk about it that way.
They
Are we
do.
not in a simulation, so aren't we technically already in a game?
That's
Whoa.
true.
13th floor.
Anyway, I like marrying people in Awakening based on their supports, so doesn't always make the greatest character, but the supports are fun.
Hey, Brian, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Do you know Kung Fu?
What?
As a Matrix gym.
Oh, got it. Not unless you show me. Is that
Well-
from the Matrix?
No. Brian, can I say, do you remember, we're going to get back to playing Dungeons & Dragons here in a second, but I got to talk to Brian about something. Do you remember when the MTV Movie Awards had it was hosted by Sean William Scott and Justin Timberlake, and the two of them were just put into a bunch of Matrix scenes?
Yeah.
Doing
I
bits?
do remember all that. Yeah.
I would love to do that with you, but for the whole trilogy. Every scene of you
Shot per shot.
just being like nice, fun Neo who expresses.
Okay.
Holy
Morpheus,
shit, y'all! This is fucking awesome.
Morpheus
I'm so
saying,
glad to be back in the Matrix.
"You're the one, Neo. I need you to destroy the machines." Well, are you gonna tell me how?
Yeah.
All right, back to Dungeons and Dragons. All right, and so you all are faced with this town that is in a time of change, and are you all planning to stay in the town that you are now sort of welcome in, or are you going to just go ahead and leave and talk to your goat friend? What's the plan?
Sybil's gonna walk back over to where her brothers are, and hopefully Xavier will join her.
Should we leave this place high and dry?
I don't think they're high and dry.
I also
they're
really
better
don't
off
know
than
how to
we
run a town.
It's true. I don't either.
I don't think any of us do.
I could wing it.
We should definitely not do that.
I mean, I don't have a lot of skills, but I feel like that's one of them probably.
I mean, we could probably stick around and just help and just stay for a little bit in case anybody comes looking for the guards and the Lord, but we could stay until our Goliath friend wants to leave. I'm so sorry, I never caught your name.
Hide.
Hagda. Hi, I'm Sybil. We could stay along with her and then all leave the town around the same day. You're good with crossbows, you could always teach the men how to use them.
They're too big. I don't know how to use those kinds of crossbows. They're too heavy.
Okay.
Look at my arms.
Yeah, I do see them.
Yeah.
Well, if there's any extras, I'm gonna pick one up then, because I don't have anything to do at range. It's not really my style, but
There's no one around that body. You can go loot him.
But we could just, I don't know, stay for a few days, I guess. And just
Yeah.
Help is needed.
I mean, yeah, that's fine with me. Or, I mean, how eager did the goat god seem to have this task done?
I think we did it pretty quickly.
Yeah, I guess that's fair. We just kind of
It
kick
took like
ass.
2 days.
Okay, I mean, yeah,
Also, we really haven't slept
it's true.
in
That's
almost
true.
24 hours.
Are these guards? These are the guards from that. Yeah, I got it. I understand it now.
Yep. So you all gonna stay in the old inn?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. On any occasions, does anybody happen to go to the old tavern?
Oh, yeah. Definitely want to check out their local cuisine.
Anybody maybe go go to the tavern as a maybe the whole group goes
Yeah.
together.
Yeah, we can all go.
Soren says he doesn't want to go.
Soren goes. He's just very
That's
quiet. He's
cute.
just really thinking some stuff over. He's thinking about how much he misses your all's very nice dad, who was very pleasant the whole time he knew you, because it's important for maybe some people's arcs.
So you're saying he went datatonic?
All right. You all enter. It's the same normal people from around the town, and you do notice that it does smell like there's more hot food being cooked. You'll remember that most of the food in this town is basically like cooked, like it was cooked so that it could be like it could have some more longevity, and now it seems like things are being cooked to like feed the most people at once.
Yeah. Okay.
So people are eating. You notice there's some very nice looking bread being dipped into some very delicious looking soup. All
I
around.
thought you were gonna say olive oil, and then my lizard brain was about to scream.
Enjoy?
Yeah, have you never had like a really nice piece of bread and like dipped in olive oil?
Yeah,
Sometimes
when we
Earth-
went to an Italian restaurant and I was very miserable because we were in an Italian restaurant. I that was the part of it that I enjoyed.
Yeah,
Was
that's
the,
true.
was the macaroni girl?
It was, yeah. And I was
Oh,
not.
dude. You don't like Italian food?
I like some Italian
Yeah.
food. I love pizza.
Macaroni girl, I can understand that.
I love fettuccine alfredo.
Well, the
Most-
first problem there is you shouldn't grill macaroni.
Brian.
That's
Okay.
not really
Get a pot of water.
To
Italian
me,
food
the
either.
issue is just the fact that it's just. I know this is not true of actual Italian cuisine, but of Italian American cuisine, it's like
Yeah.
completely all pasta,
Yeah, that's true.
and
Yeah,
it's just there's not enough difference.
there's not a good Italian restaurant in Louisville, really, like a true Italian place.
Nope. And you walk in and
Sorry.
No, it's all right. I said that this would be a more casual episode, and I really do love that we talked a little bit about my weird relationship to Italian food. But it's one of the cuisines I'm very good at cooking for other people. That's a fun fact.
Well, that's the thing about it is that you can make
It's
Italian
very-
food for like $4, and it
it's like-
costs like $20 at the restaurant to do it.
There's
Worse.
literally like a popular tweet that's like, "Why would I go to an Italian restaurant when I could just make it at home for $5?"
Yeah, it's so cheap for that kind of stuff, especially.
Yeah.
But
Like Olive Garden, you really only go there for the breadsticks.
Well, when you're there, you're family. Okay, so you have walked in to this medieval Olive Garden.
Are we family here?
Your family here.
Yes, yeah.
It does seem like everybody's excited to see you, particularly Sybil, who really wowed them with some performance. When you walk in, though, there is a person who doesn't belong, who's not from this town. Everybody else you recognize from your time here. There is, however, one woman sitting by herself, off to the side. She wears a old sailor's coat, but you see she doesn't have her arms in the sleeves. She's wearing it sort of draped around her shoulders.
Oh, she's wearing it cool guy style.
Yep, she has a few scars
She's tuxedo mask.
across her skin. She is smoking a small pipe and nursing what looks like maybe gin. Hey, real quickly, I need to see if my dog is destroying something.
And I just have a quick question. Do you think Tuxedo Mask is not wearing his suit jacket?
I don't know. I don't think I've ever seen it. Is that how he wears it? I
He
thought he
has a
wears it like
cape.
draped. Oh, it's a cape. Maybe I'm thinking of the cape.
He has his tuxedo jacket and a cape.
Listen, I had a better reference for it, but it's wrestling, and I figured no one would know it. So I went with Tuxedo Mask, my backup.
Good news. He was just trying to get to tear open a tube of toothpaste, but he did not succeed.
He wants to brush his teeth.
He wants to brush his teeth. But she is sitting. She is, and this is a description that I used when this character was previously introduced. You can't tell what part of the world she's from. She seems to. It's weird. Different parts of her features seem to be from different nations, different cultures. But she has next to her a very well-made accordion. I think he got into other stuff that I didn't realize because I was distracted by the toothpaste.
He is a menace.
But she is sitting over there as you all enter, just letting you know there's somebody in here who maybe draws your attention. Oh, very beautiful. An NPC that I created is conventionally attractive. What a shock.
I'm going to go lean against this wall and not make eye contact. Because if I did, it would smolder too much. And I'll just keep describing that.
I'm gonna walk over to her.
Okay, good. You guys can talk.
Sorry,
Okay.
I was worried that my dog had eaten Dayquil.
Oh shit.
I'm very sorry. It's very difficult to live stream while I have every Macaulay Culkin character at once living in my house.
Even Party Monster?
I have a party monster in this dang house. Sybil,
Somebody
you've
who's
approached
met
the
this
accordion
dog.
lady.
Everything Ben is saying about this dog is absolutely right. He has what we call little bastards disease, or was it?
It's little bastard syndrome, yeah.
Little bastard
What
syndrome.
about Page Master? Is he a Page Master?
He's a page master.
He's just like, he wants to cause trouble, but only from like 6 o'clock to like 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah, he's on his union mandated bastard time.
Because like during the day, he's completely sweet and nice and like pretty calm.
Yeah, my animals have a witching hour sometimes too.
Just keep them away from bees.
He is constantly trying to eat bees. He hasn't yet.
I think he's eating a bee.
He did eat 4 live cicadas in September.
That's true. And he did that.
Big month.
All right, back to now that we've talked about my beautiful little idiot who lives in my house. Sybil, you've approached the accordion woman.
Yeah. I like your accordion.
Oh, thank you.
Oh wow, I like your accent as well.
Oh, thank you.
I'm kind of musical myself. She says as she like sort of flicks her hand. And
Oh, are you?
yeah,
Would you consider playing a bit? In a bit? They're planning to pay me later. And you notice as she speaks that she seems to speak different words with slightly different accents.
yeah, of course. Do you want me to play right now or later or?
Oh, I mean, if you would want to. Whatever you decide to do it.
Now I'll say I wrote this one out of pure necessity. It's not personally one of my favorites, but also this town really likes it.
All right.
Sybil's gonna walk over to the little stage and get up on it. And
Okay.
pull out, she's gonna pull out her lute so she can strum and sing. And Soren can also play an instrument, so I assume that he's also going to be playing along.
Yeah, but
With
he
her.
stands off of the stage.
Yeah, he's not one. He doesn't really want the attention, the spotlight. And Sybil begins to strum the familiar tune.
And everybody joins in.
Meet the man who chopped 1,000 trees down with his golden axe. Meet the man who chopped 1,000 trees down with his golden axe. Meet the man who chopped 1,000 trees down with his golden axe. Meet the man who chopped 1,000 trees. Okay, you guys get the idea, and she continues the song.
Yep. Buy it
Actual
now
verses.
on iTunes.
Nope.
Just kidding. How cool would that be?
Horrifying.
You buy that? We have an EP. It's got that and jazz standard on it. No, okay. Let's. Everybody does really love it. Please make a performance check. I mean, they love it at this point because they've been singing it every night that you haven't been here during this whole reconstruction.
I rolled a 3, but I still got a 13, so it's not terrible. I think she just begrudgingly is also doing it, so it's not the best.
Yeah, I think so. At the end of your performance, like a few seconds
They're also
after,
very tired of hearing it, I bet.
they are not tired of hearing it.
Oh my god.
They love it. They love it. It's like a big song that people like, which I can easily do a pull of because I have always liked music that's contemporary to me, and I'm never constantly getting into music 5 years after it's relevant. But everybody loves it. Everybody's really into it. And then the door slams open, and an ostentatious man enters. He's wearing sort of a maestro's coat
Saxophone?
in white
Flute? It's a flute.
with this golden trim. He has these white boots. He's very handsome. Looks like he is from Shuhan, maybe. And he strolls in. And he seems to be making kind of a show of it. And he kind of does draw the eye. And he walks here and he looks at the bartender and says, "Do you have call for music in this establishment?" And she kind of looks at Sybil, and then you see her look at the accordion player and says, Yes, I suppose I do. I do have a performer playing later, and we've just had a little music." And he looks at you, Sybil, and you see he kind of holds out a hand as if to say, "Look, I didn't mean to step on you if you're performing."
Just kidding. I'm not stealing this flute.
Yeah, I was about to throw a fit live on stream, Sebastian.
I know.
And I would have had to contain it and make it seem like it was an organic thing happening. He says, "Oh," and he kind of walks over. "Are you still playing?"
No, I'm done.
"Oh, very good. I apologize that I did not get a chance to hear it." Then he walks over there, and the two of them seem to be discussing something.
Sybil's gonna get off the stage and walk over to Sebastian. He seems super weird, right?
He's a little intense. Not, sometimes it's like the words you don't say. He seems to say them all. He's a little pompous.
Why didn't you just say that?
Sometimes it's the words you don't say.
Okay.
Nailed it.
Pah! And you notice the composer-jacketed fellow sort of stomps his foot down. And Sybil, are you approaching them?
Yeah, I was going to.
Oh, okay. You're approaching them before that happens, then.
Yeah.
And you just hear they seem to be having a conversation where he is sort of saying, "Listen, what I do," and you notice that these patrons are like kind of They have stopped talking and are kind of looking down at their bread and soup and listening. What I do is particular, and I don't think that you would want to go after I go, because people are going to be so invested in what I do. Do you understand? And she just says, I mean, if that's what you want to do, but you might feel like you're not getting your money's worth out. And he just kind of like stomps his foot as if he's readying himself, not like he's petulant. And he says, "Fine, then I will perform now before you." And he starts to walk, and he walks past you, and he gives you a slight nod of the head, Sybil. And
Sybil just nods back.
He is going to make kind of an announcement, but if you wanted to talk to the woman with the accordion, you are welcome to.
I'll talk to her. Oh, I'm Sybil, by the way. I hope you enjoyed my playing. It wasn't my best, but, you know.
I could tell that you were talented.
Thanks.
It was good. Like, these people seem to really like it.
Yeah, they're a little too in love with the song. It's kind of the only thing I can play here.
Can I tell you something? I came to this town because I heard that they had just had a little bit of a change last few days. It was at a tavern, and there was a minstrel who was playing that song, said that he heard it here.
That motherfucker stole my shit. Sybil is going to say that underneath her breath.
She just kind of smiles, says, "But it was good. It was very good."
Thanks. What's your name?
I'm Ayabar.
Can you type that in the... Yeah, just so I get the spelling right. Nice to meet you, Ayabar.
Nice to meet you, too.
Do you know that guy? And Sybil's gonna, like, point back to the pompous.
Never seen him before in my life.
Okay, I don't really trust him. How are you feeling about him?
Doesn't look very trustworthy to me, she says with a smile.
Sybil's smiling. She says, the lute's not really my first go-to. Usually when I cast spells, it's always with my flute. I don't know if he'll really fit in here.
Right, maybe he won't. And you notice that he has come to the middle of the room and he says, "Everyone, please! Not to sully your conversation, please feel free to continue if you aren't enraptured by my music, but I'm going to be playing a bit, and if you don't mind just turning an ear towards me, because I think it will really aid in the playing. If you are tempted to give me a little bit of money, please be sure to spend as much money here tonight." And he steps upon the stage, and he plays beautifully a series of notes. No one makes it sound bad. And he plays and plays, and then you notice that all of his clothes seem to be being blown in different directions. And it's almost as if he's standing in the middle of a great wind. And then he holds his flute out, and all of a sudden it plays sort of the bass note that plays when, not bass like deep, but bass like the basic note that plays when you would just blow into a flute without doing any fingering. And it goes through, and then he starts to move his fingers along the keys, the buttons of a flute. And it is now playing beautifully, as if he was breathing into it. And he performs a song that has already been read on this stream. I'm not going to do it again, but I will edit into the VOD, the version that I performed already. But it is a song about, and he sings in a beautiful tenor voice, a song about a god and a spirit meeting and falling in love, but never consummating their love. And as he describes the scenes, you all notice that the tavern has slipped away. And while your body is unaffected by temperature or anything like that, you are seeing like waves come crashing at you. You are feeling the breeze on your skin. You are standing amidst massive fields of overgrown grass. And this song leads into a child born of the descendants of this god and the descendants of this spirit called the Lady of Storms, who now shepherds the wrath and jealousy of their love that could never be, because it just fell too late. And when he finishes, everybody seems to have greatly enjoyed it. People start tossing a few coins at him as he walks by, and he's just catching them here and there.
I gotta stop eating those lotus leaves, Stevia.
I'm sorry, I was really into the soup. What did you say?
You didn't notice what happened around you just now?
You mean the soup being served to me?
Yeah, I mean, it's good. It looks good. You didn't see the waves?
Oh yeah, there were waves.
Waves
Um,
of soup.
Sybil's gonna look over at the accordion player.
Suppose he wasn't that bad.
What the hell was that?
I don't know. Maybe that's some sort of magic trick? Magic flute or something?
Okay. Sybil's gonna walk over to him.
Hello. Pleasure to meet you. We've kind of met. Pleasure to speak with
What's
you
your name?
again. Ptolemy?
Okay. How'd you do that?
Should I reveal my secrets?
Just how did you do it?
I wouldn't want to reveal that. That would make it much more difficult for me to make any coin. Make a persuasion check. But I'll
Tell me
tell
how
you.
you did it.
I have, I used to make a lot more money. I played night after night in very, very well-off places. Capital cities of empires. Seldom as... I played once for the Shah, playing a normal flute, and then I decided to buy this, and he taps his instrument case. It's enchanted. What I play, people see. They don't just hear.
Who enchanted it?
Some wizard, I think?
Okay, do you know his name?
No, I apologize. I bought it in a shop.
What shop did you buy it in?
It was called the Raven's Standard.
And the shopkeep would probably know the name of the enchanter?
There's a chance, yes. It was near the Shah's palace. It was very expensive. Very expensive. Your attention is drawn by just the tapping of a foot. You turn and you see that Ayabar has brought a stool onto the stage and is tapping her foot to create just a bass rhythm. And she begins to then play her accordion. And it's very beautiful. And she begins to speak. And she's telling a story about the last summer she spent with John. And it's just a nice story about young love, by the sounds of it. But then she begins to speak about the dream that she had of a future with John. And when she speaks about that and is telling a story of a nice house far from the sea, each of you see your own ideal future. And you feel like you are experiencing it. Not like when the flute player, Ptolemy, was singing his song and you were watching things happen but not experiencing it. You feel the warmth or the cold, the rain. You smell things, you can feel things, even taste things as you think of this ideal future. And I'd like each of you to tell me what that is. What does your character's ideal future look like? I can vamp a little bit if you all need some time to think about it. She is kind of singing, kind of speaking the story. It's very nice. It is extremely pleasant. The people seem to be drawn in.
Stevia's taken to a place where she walks into a hut. It's one of many that she kind of has established over a good amount of time. In between these huts, she's been cultivating all the kind of rarest edible plants that she could find, and had some like kind of ranch area for some meat animals and milk animals. And she's just kind of doing her best to make sure that they are treated right and that her crops grow well, and just spends the nighttime trying to make a delicious meal for herself and whomever might wander through any of wherever she happens to be that day.
Okay. Sybil, Sebastian.
I can go if you, or you can go.
Go ahead.
Okay. So I think Sebastian has like a little cottage house built against a tree. He's not hurting the tree in any way. He's just kind of like built the house near it. And there's a garden that he's starting to cultivate of different exotic plants, all very different, all very colorful and bizarre. And it's just not an average garden. And there's a bunch of birds in the tree, kind of living up in that tree. And then he goes in the home and he sits down next to Chandler, who's reading a book. Yes, the carpet is reading a book. And
Can he make a sarcastic joke?
yeah, he does. He looks up at me. He pulls his glasses down and he
Be
says,
more literate.
Sorry.
"Yeah, no problem." And yeah, that's kind of it. He's just a peaceful, it seems kind of solitary life.
Okay, Sybil.
So Sybil, do Stevia and like Sebastian look significantly older in these like ideal?
Yeah, I guess, yeah, fairly old, like, I don't know, 50s or so, I guess.
I would probably only be early 30s because Sebastian doesn't think about the future like that, man.
Okay. Because I would just quickly like to point out, like, I instantly knew what Sybil would want, and it's just simply the fact that they are the same age as that they are, but they're back at the tree. They're back at the base that they all, like, trained to be a part of the Thorns in. And they're just simply sitting in the yard, like that little, like, green common Sebastian is laying upon Chandler, and Soren's sitting next to him, and Sybil's just playing like a little sweet melody on her flute. Stevia is also nearby, just like eating, probably just eating like some jerky. But it's a very nice little day. That's just her ideal.
We don't see each other's, right? We only see ours.
Only see your own, yeah.
Okay.
And her performance is over.
Oh, why did I eat that second lotus leaf?
She gets up, and everybody seems way more impressed by her story vision thing as she makes her way back to her chair. And otherwise, it's just a normal night in tavern.
Sybil is going to just sort of look up at her family and see that they're sort of all like kind of apart from each other, and she's just gonna leave the tavern quietly without telling any of them and go back to the room at the inn.
Huh.
Hey, Sebastian, I think I felt that one.
Yeah, you. Yeah.
You get taken somewhere with that too?
Yeah, but it was like way more intense. The other one was bullshit. This one is like crazy.
Were you also on a farm? Like, did you have some some places and like some territory of your own, and just hosted people that were traveling through? Is that what you saw too?
Well, it's a little bit different than that, but yeah, it was like a little house I had in a garden. Chandler was there. Everyone else was there.
Yeah, that's weird. It's just nice.
Yeah, it was nice. What the fuck was that?
I don't know, man. Those bars are something else. They always got some kind of trick up their sleeves.
Yeah, I think we should take Sybil's instruments away. If that's what's going to happen.
Well, but she could also just like make us have a really good night's sleep and like that kind of stuff too.
Yeah. What do you think Soren saw?
I don't know. Something horny, probably. He's probably horny, right?
Yeah, he's like 13, right? Oh, that was weird. What kind of soup did you get?
Okay. I mean, I do want to know what kind of soup you got. They got 3 kinds of soup.
They have 3 kinds? Well, I've definitely gotten a bowl of each.
All right, you got a corn-based soup. It's hearty.
Corn
it seems
chowder.
Yeah, it's like a chowder. It's like a chowder. I mean, there is canonically somewhere where there are Boston accents in here because I gave an NPC one, so I can cop to there being chowder. There is a potato-based soup. It's potato soup.
Potato chowder.
And then there is a... I don't know many soups. There is a, like, elk bisque.
Elk bisque chowder.
Nope, not an elk bisque chowder. I can take... Potato soup is not... I don't know what makes a chowder, but a bisque is not a chowder. I know this.
Alright, well, I'm going to work my way through 3 bowls of each and a couple
So
of loaves
much.
of bread. 2 loaves of bread and a few drinks along the way as well.
I guess it has been a while since we've had like a hearty meal. I get
I'm
this.
pretty sure a chowder is just chunkier. And sometimes, like, and I think chowders tend to be, like, creamier. I'm not saying that all chowders are creamier.
Bisques are creamy too, though.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
There's no cream in the potato soup, right?
There's a lot of cream, I think.
Definitely cream or
A
milk.
ton of cream.
Just dairy
Okay.
for sure.
Is there no cream in the corn?
There is no cream in the corn.
Oh, good, good.
Oh, they fucked up.
To me, when I was thinking of the corn one, I was thinking of like a Tex-Mex soup.
The tortilla soup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that. I eat one bowl like an adult.
But there's like no chicken in it. It's the only vegetarian soup.
Yeah, vegan. Let me
I
tell
didn't
everyone
say
in this
that.
bar about being a vegan. Everyone, just gather up. This is my performance. It's explaining veganism.
What a performance indeed, yowie zowie. All right, is there anything else that you all would like to do in this burgeoning commune?
No.
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 All right, and you don't
I want to
see.
know if he successfully converts them to veganism.
Make a persuasion check, Sebastian.
Okay.
We'll see how many communist vegans you make.
You sure it's not deception? Because I'm telling them meat's bad for them.
Is that what you're actually telling them?
Yeah.
All right, yeah,
It's-
deception check.
It's poison. It's poison that they're putting into their bodies.
Let me
It's
tell
not
you,
normal.
omnivores, it's bad to eat meat. Health-wise, not morals-wise.
Well, it could have been a natural 20, but it's not advantage, so
You
12.
get one guy to be a vegan.
Hell yeah,
Yeah.
dude. You and me, we get it. You and me we get it, dude.
Me?
Wait, no, it's definitely this guy.
Yeah. I mean, look at him. He's eating an apple.
He's got a messenger
He just
bag.
chucked away a full turkey leg into the dirt and took out an apple.
And then another guy picked it up and started eating it right
Aw.
in front of him.
Dirt turkey.
Dirt turkey, that's my metal band.
Good detective man.
I'm dirt turkey. Of all the bars and all the towns, you had to come into dirt turkey.
All right, and you all leave to walk back into the forest. The loggers have come, and they've set up a little council where they're going to decide some stuff about the town. All
the
these
fellowship of
artisans
the logs.
and family
I'll put-
and all of the loggers.
I'll put a
And
platinum
you-
piece on the bar as we leave.
Oh, I just realized this is where the people are Boston because I made those jokes about lager being the only
Yeah.
alcohol that they have. Oh man, that's a good little joke, huh?
So they definitely had a lot of chowders.
They had a lot of chowder. Yeah, all those soups were chowder. I'm sorry. And as you all leave the town, they all stand together in a big clump and wave their hats. Because that's how people said goodbye in the olden times. And you all make your way north. Haigda's gonna kind of follow you guys, but she's not really like staying near you most of the time, and so you kind of are able to ditch her to go to Takam's clearing.
Did we awkwardly say bye to each other and then went the same way?
Not really. It's more like she's like, I'm gonna follow you, but I'm gonna do my own thing part of the time.
Okay.
I'll we'll share like camp, but I'm not gonna like travel with you all day.
It's been quieter than usual.
And as you're approaching Takam's clearing, you do notice that it seems like the greenery seems a little healthier, and you actually see a large mother and father goat being trailed by 3 little baby goats.
Oh.
At one point, as you make your way towards Takam.
Sybil's gonna get right up to his like nose and put her hand on his nose and try to like do her spiritual commune.
And the stone begins to sort of break, sort of move, sort of wiggle, and all of a sudden you are met with the furry but also sort of rocky and earthen shape of Takam, the goat spirit of this wood. Hello, child. I
Hi.
sense that you have brought about change.
He's dead and the loggers are gonna stop.
Maybe they will stop. Even if they only slow, you have helped me. My children return. This place will survive.
I'm glad.
But it will be changed.
Change is good.
Change is good. I have known many spirits that have not changed. And they are gone. I thank you again, child.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me, you have two brothers.
Yeah.
Which of them needs the most protecting? You look back at your two brothers, and Soren is leaning on a tree, arms crossed, kind of looking around. He likes this place. He likes the nature. He's interested in the goat, but he's relaxed but coiled in the way that Soren always is. Then you look over at Sebastian, and he's, I don't know, he's like chasing a butterfly or something.
What
No,
are you doing?
what's Sebastian doing?
Come on. Exactly that.
Yes, Sybil's gonna turn back to him with like a duh expression on her face. The eldest one.
I'm sorry, I wasn't really trying to set up either of them. I wanted it to be Sybil's choice, but I did think it would be a funny joke.
It's
No,
dead
Sybil's
on.
gonna give it to him anyways.
Okay. Very well. This will be my last gift. If you return, I will speak to you, but it will only be a foolish old goat king's wisdom. That will be all I can offer. But perhaps you will offer me some young person wisdom. Thank you, Sybil. You are friend
Yeah.
to my goats. And he
Happy
sort
to
of dips his head.
Sybil sort of like pets his fur.
And he begins to turn back into a big old rock. Just shifts and shakes and cracks until he's back in that same goat shape, that same big stone outcrop. And, Sebastian, you feel a little different.
Oh my god, I know the spell Wish.
Nope.
Oh. Gotta try.
You try to cast one of the most powerful spells in the game, and you don't.
What do I feel like?
You just feel like really good. It's hard to explain. Like it would be hard to explain to your friends, but I'm going to explain it well because that's my job to you, the player, in my game. You feel as if, I don't know, maybe you got the tough feet.
Whoa. Really?
Yeah.
Man, goats rule.
Also, Sebastian didn't have anything fun, and like Soren can do so much goddamn lightning damage and never take a hit also, so
Hey, I'm not complaining.
I know, I would just also like to explain my reasoning. It's not just Sybil being like, well, the idiot needs it.
Hey, the idiot needed it. So tough is double my level plus... Yeah, double my level. Cool. Fucking take that. Thanks, goat. You the goat.
He is a rock now.
Still the greatest of all time.
All right. And it's a long, 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 long walk back to the tree. And as you all are going, you feel like you can pray to Isnala again. Two of you do. But one night you were all sitting around a fire. And as you all are sitting around with each other, Haigda approaches, but she doesn't seem too interested in talking. She would be willing to answer some questions, but doesn't seem like she's going to be steering the conversation at all. And you all have had some time, where a lot of stuff has happened in really quick succession, and you haven't taken much time to discuss it with each other. And you feel like now might be your last chance to do that for a while.
Lots happened, you guys. We haven't had a lot of time to discuss it.
I feel like this might be our last chance to do it for a while.
That's ominous.
How's everybody? I mean, I've been trying to pray to Isnala, trying to seek her guidance. I think she's proud of what we've done to help out this this goat friend of ours. But I don't know. What do you guys think our next step should be? Is everybody feeling okay?
A little overwhelmed by everything. I gotta say that. It's a lot bigger than I thought it would be,
Oh, the fact that we have to save the world?
Yeah, that. There's gods and stuff happening. I thought we were just gonna, do eco-terrorism.
Well, we've made plenty of time for that too.
Yeah, I guess we did just do that.
We're fresh off some eco-terrorism. What more do you want?
Yeah, I just thought I'd have more pipe bombs, and less less my sister turning into goat legs.
Well, we probably could have had the material to craft pipe bombs in the last town if we really wanted to.
Oh man, you're right. I did take copper wire. I don't know what that. I've never made a pipe bomb, but maybe napalm. I don't know.
It does. I don't know. It feels like. What are we supposed to do?
That's the thing is I don't know. Do you feel like you understand anything more than after we left that temple?
We're supposed to help. That's all I know is we're supposed to help where we can.
And I'm cool with that. I feel good about helping people. I don't know. It's just so much more than that, it feels like. Right?
Yeah, it's saving the fucking world.
That's arguably the most helpful you could be to people, right?
Maybe. Maybe life is better after the world's over.
But isn't it asking too much for just a bunch of orphans?
Yeah, I never met my dad. I'm just kidding.
I don't think that has anything to do with anything. We don't have to have,
or more than just orphans.
We don't have to have parents to be people.
I'm just saying, why couldn't it be up to, I don't know, like a bunch of knights who had parents, and so they don't also have a bunch of bullshit to deal with in their daily life?
A bunch of spoiled babies. They probably wouldn't do the right thing.
A bunch of lion-based knights somewhere in this world.
Type of people that grew up having everything handed to them. They don't know how to do anything real. They know how to follow orders.
Is our lightning dad still in Soren?
I think so.
That's weird.
I mean, I can bring him out at any time. It's just armor.
It's a thing I can do.
And your voice has gotten deeper over the last couple weeks.
I didn't mean for that to happen.
14's weird.
It's not 14.
What? I don't know, man.
I guess we keep trying to help,
Yeah.
like Stevie said.
Yeah.
And maybe we can. I think those masked guys will keep following us.
Yeah.
I mean, I pissed that one righteously off. Uh,
I'm not worried about those masked guys. We can take them.
we can. And I guess that'll lead us, and we can hopefully stop Asnala.
It's not as good, Naya's bad.
Oh, Naya, I'm so sorry. Naya.
I mean, morality is a choice that everybody makes, and there aren't binaries.
Deep.
And then hopefully we can, stop Asnala. Nope. Naya.
Hey, DM, how far are we from home?
You got a map, finally, in Gulrock, and you saw that you are at the other side of Zishan.
Okay.
It's going to
Are
take
we
you
on
some
the
time.
same-
You're very close to a major city.
Are we on the same path to that we came from?
No, you are far to the south. So your home is sort of closest to the northeast. Northwest. You are in sort of the southeast of Zishan.
Okay.
You are getting closer to a major city.
Okay.
Are you done with having your fireside conversation?
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to unsettle that. I was just trying to.
If you all are, it's fine, but if you have more to say to each other, please do.
No, I think Sybil's done talking.
Sybil, when we were back there at the tavern, Sebastian and I both saw something when that second bard was playing. Did you experience that too?
Yeah.
And did you see what we saw? We saw kind of living in peace.
Yeah, I saw that too. I mean, my version of it, like I was world famous through my music, doing great on my own.
Yeah. Was that the future?
I don't think so.
You're already famous for your song.
One town isn't really.
I mean, travelers came into town and knew it.
Yeah, I guess.
It's pretty cool.
God, if I become famous for that, ugh. But it definitely wasn't the future.
You know, sometimes it takes a great muse to write a great song.
I think she was probably showing us like a daydream.
Hmm.
Like something we want.
It would be nice to have.
Yeah.
This is a lovely babbling brook here at our fireside camp.
It is lovely.
I was about to say, I thought we were about to call it there. That's the end of our fireside chat.
That's the end of your fireside chat. And
Wait, I have 3 things to say about Brooks.
1, they babble. 2, they could be a girl's name. 3,
they could be a boy's name.
they could be a boy's name.
Any name can be anyone's name.
That's true.
Okay, so you all continue. Hygda kind of going with you all in and out. Hygda maybe says some fun things that endears her to you all.
Like what?
She just doesn't understand a simple concept, but then understands a very complicated concept. Maybe like that. I don't know. You all maybe haven't talked to Hygda enough that I could figure out exactly the meticulous elements of her personality.
Is she the Aunt Jackie to our Dan and Roseanne dad and mom?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I don't. I'm not. No.
You're not versed in Roseanne. I got it.
I watched it, but I don't remember Aunt Jackie. Also, my dogs are in a fight. But I had a scene to describe.
Just like Aunt Jackie and Roseanne.
You will be to the city in perhaps half a day.
Uh-huh.
You are walking along a road where one side has a low wall made of old stone and plaster. This is a road that was made when Zashan was a sweeping empire that held much of Walharn in its grasp. And you're walking and you see another massive storm coming towards you. Looks like terrible, terrible rain. And you see that there is another road that's going to be connecting to yours. And you see, walking towards you, 4 strange travelers. Because of the nature of this game, I can't describe those travelers to you now, as maybe there'll be 4 travelers that I create in the next month, or there'll be 4 travelers who are already created. But that's where we're going to end tonight's session.
Okay.
All right.
Hey, everybody. We shortened this session because I didn't want to get too far ahead with anything while we were a player down. And we'll return to the Thorns in a month here. I do thank you for stopping by and watching with us. No, we shouldn't have stolen that magical boy's magical flute.
I wanted to so badly.
I did one time. Not me, but Biff.
It was you, but like the other version of you, who maybe will be on a little road. But thank you all for watching the Sunken World Saga. We'll return next Monday with Team 1.
Yep.
Thanks for watching.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.